뉴스 앵커 진희정 변호사입니다. 오늘부터 제가 영어 뉴스를 여러분께 전해드리겠습니다. 많은 시청을 바랍니다. KUP TV 뉴스 바로 들어갑니다. The death of Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi is certainly a cause for celebration for many. However, the surmounting instability of the nation is increasing as the citizens of Libya await the uncertain consequences of his death. The event of Gaddafi's death directs our attention to Kim Jong-il of North Korea, wherein he is repeatedly receiving admonitions from the U.S. to freeze its nuclear weapons programs pursuant to the agreement of September 2005. There is no question that in the event of Kim Jong-il continues to act recklessly and ignores the need for reformation of human rights and democracy, that he too may face the similar fate of Muammar Gaddafi. U.S. officers held meetings in Geneva this week with North Korean envoys and stated that North Korea remains a serious threat as it continues to defy the international community's demand to freeze its nuclear weapons programs. Since 1985, Kim Jong-il has acknowledged that the only way for the survival of his country is to maintain a peaceful diplomatic relationship with the U.S. In light of his acknowledgments, his persistence over the nuclear weapons programs may be a stalling tactic, while the ultimate decision lies with China and not with North Korea. Due to the former political powers within the South Korean government, over 40,000 North Korean sympathizers are believed to be active within the current South Korean government agencies. Consequently, there is an increased security as we approach the 2012 elections to prevent acts of terrorism and aberration. Obama's plan to withdraw the U.S. troops from Afghanistan by the end of this year was welcomed by many U.S. citizens. The war in Afghanistan is believed to have been partly motivated by religious reasons, and U.S. decision to support such war caused a great impact on the downfall of the economy. However, nations such as China, Iran, and Pakistan are attempting to lead the U.S. for a prolonged war in the Middle East. There is also an issue of providing for a stable Palestinian nation. Obama's continued efforts for the provision of peaceful Middle East will be closely watched by the world. For local news, last week, Korean American Chamber of Commerce of Los Angeles held Korea Medical Expo. For the expo, 9 hospitals and clinics from Korea visited Los Angeles. Some of the hospitals that participated in the expo are Seoul National University Hospital, BK Hospital, Samsung National Hospital, among others. A lot of residents as well as VIPs participated in the expo, and some of the elected officers also participated in the expo. This is Jeannie Jung, attorney at law for KUP TV. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Welcome to my residence.
Yes.
How do you feel?
Well, first of all, thank you for hosting. It's a real honor and a privilege to be here today, especially as the first elected Korean American prosecutor. That's a great honor and a privilege to be in elective service, and it says a lot about what's possible in this country. And so I'm very grateful that the voters in my community in Ramsey County, Minnesota, gave me the chance and opportunity to do public service, and I hope to do well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Being together with your colleagues in the same cloud, do you have any message to your colleagues in the Korean community here, or to the Korean people in their home country?
Well, I think that in this country, in America, really anything is possible. And so my message to Korean Americans and living here in this country is that they should pursue anything that they want, and anything truly is possible. And I've been given this great blessing to be able to do public service, to serve the community. And I would love to see more Koreans, doing public service work, whether it's being a prosecutor or a police officer or teacher or social worker. I think those things are so important.
I thank you for your kind remark. And you have all the privilege and the liberty to enjoy yourself tonight at this place, as you wish.
Yes, so thank you very much. Thank you.
안녕하세요. 저는 LA 총영사관에서 근무하고 있는 심우정 검사입니다. 한국에서 부장검사로 일하고 있고 LA 총영사관에 파견을 나와 있습니다. 오늘 행사는 미국에서 최초로 한국계 검사장에 당선된 존채 검사장을 초청해서 이곳 현지에 있는 LA에 있는 한국계 검사들과의 네트워킹을 하고 멘토링 역할을 할 수 있는 기회를 제공하기 위해서 마련한 행사입니다. 이번 행사를 기회로 우리 한국계 검사들이 더 단합된 모습으로 미국의 주류 사회에서 성공할 수 있는 좋은 기회가 될 것으로 기대하고 있습니다.
We've got judges out. Yeah. Lose some weight, okay? Help me get back.
제 스킬 코스에서 해가지고 주디셜 카운슬이라는 걸 만들어요.
This is Caroline Kim from KUP TV. Now, the topic of teaching children about sexuality is a very worrying and controversial subject. Now, the LGBT, which is the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people, is recently been on the topic of public nations news. California public schools will now start teaching about the LGBT thanks to the California Public School Homosexual Compulsory Education Law, Law SB 48. Now, this depends on the kindergarten through 12th grade education. The SB 48 bill does not discriminate against the LGBT. Instead, religious education of women reformers and other protesters have wanted to include homosexuals in their efforts as well. However, other LGBT non-discrimination provisions understand whether it is a problem or not. They are dealing with people of the color with disabilities, assumed to be the same meaning to think that. The proposition for the SB 48 has been attempted to be cancelled many times. However, they need 505,000 valid signatures, yet they all eventually fail. Now, the principal of Wonderland Avenue Elementary School, Don Wilson, has already come out as gay, is a bisexual author, and in his school library, he puts out books made by bisexual authors. He knows that there is many criticism received from the public and the principals and teachers themselves. Now, the SB 48 legislation, especially in elementary school, causes a great problem of the education and curriculum and how to create it. According to the bill, 4th grade students in the history class have to learn about the gold rush era. In this era, however, some of the minors were gay. Some gay men in San Francisco has contributed that these people will admit to the construction and learning. Children think about this great figure in American history and overall think of it as a gay nation. In high school, there is another problem. Because sex education starts from grade 5, the LGBT orientation should not be discussed in more depth. In addition, areas of California public schools after the passage of the SB 48 bill have witnessed a lot of children and parents transferring to private schools and educational institutions, complaining about the public education on LGBT. Now, education is a very serious concern, but gay advocacy organizations, as well as in schools and in other ways such as same-sex marriage, legalized homosexuality, will spread through the LGBT training. The immigrant children living at home are very difficult and very busy, but in conjunction with the LGBT, they talk about what the problem is reported to affect their life and their society. Once in depth, talk about what you need to see. Now, the values, especially the values that you learn at an early age in elementary school, are being formed by LGBT people in the history right now. Before learning that what their child has is different from what the other people of their children think, and what the correct type of life, you have to wonder about that. Now, thank you, and this has been Caroline Kim from KUP TV. I will see you again next week.